Now, as a Windows user, you probably are used to using the print screen button on your keyboard to grab a screenshot, and that'll put it onto your clipboard. So I've just pressed that because I want to grab a screen snip of this browser window here. And then, of course, you would take it into your editing tool of choice. I've just got Paint open here, and let's paste it in. But you'll see that straight away looks a bit strange because I'm actually using 3 monitors here. So when I just press print screen, it's taking, yeah, sure, it's taking that browser window that we had open, but also what was showing on my other 2 monitors. So that might not have been what I wanted. So let me just get rid of that. I won't save it. So an alternative would be to hold down your Alt key while you press print screen, and that will just take the active window. So if I now paste that into Paint and just reduce the size of that to convince you that that's done the job, perfect. I've now just got that one window that was active. And then of course I can make any edits to this picture or annotate it or whatever and save it as a picture file. And actually I would use the same method to take a screenshot of an active dialog box. So let's imagine I wanted the font dialog box here, so Alt print screen. And of course this is on my clipboard so I can actually paste it wherever I like, but again let's just pop it into Paint so we can check it's worked, and yes, there we go, I've just got the dialog box, so that's exactly what I wanted. But if you find yourself using this method to simply save a screenshot as a file without really taking advantage of the image editing software to make any edits or annotations, then actually I've got a better tip for you. So let's just go back to that browser window, and instead of pressing print screen, press Windows print screen. Now you might see your screen sort of fading out slightly as it takes the picture, and you think, well, what's that done? Well, what it's actually done is it has saved that screenshot as a file for you, and it's put it into the screenshots folder in your pictures folder, and it'll just create that for you. And if I open that up, you'll see, sure enough, it's taken a screen snip of all 3 of my windows there, because we know I've got 3 windows open. So then you might think, okay, well that saved that as a PNG file, that saved me a job if that's what I wanted. But what about if you just wanted the active window? Well, I think you know what's coming. So let's say I want the active window saved as a PNG, so Windows Alt print screen. And you think, oh, what's that done? And look over on the right hand side, you might get this just popping up because this is actually a gamer's shortcut, but it's useful for us as well. And if you go back to your File Explorer, you won't find it this time in that screenshots folder. If you take yourself down to the videos folder, because as I say, this is really a shortcut for gamers to capture their gaming activity, but in the captures folder just here, there we go. That's the screen snip of that active window that we just captured, already saved as a PNG file for you. Really quite useful. But let's say this time I just want to snip part of the screen. Maybe I just want to grab this little CBT Nuggets advert here. Well, for that, if you do Windows Shift and then S, and this will start up the Snip and Sketch application. And we're all ready to just click and drag to snip part of the screen, but look up at the top here. You can see that this is going to be a rectangular snip where I click and drag around the bit I want, or I could do a more of a freeform snip or grab the whole window or whatever. But anyway, this is the bit I want, so let me just click and drag to grab that. That will put it on your clipboard, so I could go back into Paint like we did before and paste it in, but also you'll notice you've got this notification just on the right hand side here. That will take you into Snip and Sketch, which is where you could also add annotations, and you could also save that as a file or annotate it and then copy what you've done in order to take it into the document you needed it for or whatever. So let's just quickly add maybe a bit of a red scribble there, so I wanted to just highlight this little button. Perfect. So Snip and Sketch is worth looking at, in particular if you want to take a screenshot where you have a delay built in. So imagine you want to actually take a screen snip of a right click menu or something. Well, you'll need 3 or 10 seconds or whatever to set up that right click menu before the snipping capability kicks in. So do have an experiment with that. But lastly in this video, I know it's cheating, but you can also take screenshots from within Microsoft Office. Now I know this is a Windows video, but if you are taking a screenshot in order to put it into a Word document or your OneNote notebook or a PowerPoint slide, then on the Insert Ribbon tab of all of these applications, you will have this option here to grab a screenshot. They all work pretty much in the same way, and it will show you the windows that you've currently got open, so you could just pop in the whole window if you wanted to, or to take a snip of part of the screen, and you need to be set up for this. So let's imagine I want to take a screen snip of something in this browser window. That window needs to be underneath the Office application you're going to grab the screenshot from within, because it's going to minimize the Office application. So if I choose screen clipping from here, Word gets minimized, therefore whatever is underneath I can then snip, and it'll just pop that into that document as a picture file. So that makes 5 ways of taking a screenshot from within Windows, or 6 methods if you also count doing it from within the Office application. But my question to you is, which method is going to be most